Fox as a wolf, had put the badger off of BF and growled back trying to intimidate it. Seeing another few wolves jump in did deter the badger for a second, but the fight had started, and it would never live it down if it was forced to run, so it growled back at the wolf. Another badger ran up to back up its friend, mate, or family member maybe? I still don't know if spirits really. Not something you go over. With one strong bite and a few scrapes, BF had looked bruised and beaten. His muscles were already knitting back together though. In this world, we were not invincible, but we were fairly hard to kill. Spirits hit hard, even the little badgers. They fight with ferocity in their realm, not just attacking the body, but the spiritual energy of us as wolves. The two spirits seemed to gain a bit of confidence with the other's presence and growled as any badger should. The metaphorical bell had been rung, and the wolves darted into the smaller predators for the fight. Fox and TS fought one, MF and I got the other, BF. Wasn't used to such a hit and losing muscle like that. He waited to get his health back, regenerating it at his desire. Combat in our wolf forms is not something we have practiced too much in doing, so it was strange at first. Most of the time we have been practicing clawing in our warrior form, but TS and Fox's badger was certainly upset at being attacked while getting a drink. Fox clawed into the badger, and TS clawed in as well at a different angle, our claws vicious and rending, ripping open the spirit's stomach, which would usually be fatal, but spirits are of course different. Its stomach just sort of stayed open and dangled against the ground. It was a little unsightly, but it continued to fight. It clawed TS's nose, but he was made of sturdy stuff, and it didn't hurt much. This was a real fight though. We haven't been in the middle of one as of yet. Mostly it has been some practice with spirits that have gone easy on us. Monkey Feet clawed in and swiped at the other badger's nose, but the badger struck back, biting her arm as it swung. MF was looking over at me trying to help, and so was Brownface. Even though he was out, he was watching. I remember that first fight easily. I stuck my backside up in the air like I was about to pounce on a tennis ball. Monkey Feet growled at me. Maybe it looked like I was playing too much. I dove in awkwardly and bit at the badger, not able to get a bite in at a leg. The badger moved out of the way. I didn't want to hurt the spirit. Something didn't feel right about this fight, but there was little that would stop it now. Certainly hoping we wouldn't die to small badger spirits. If we killed them, they would just manifest somewhere else unless we were eaten, but I didn't have the heart to dig in. I did put some effort into it though. Shaking my rough and hairy body all over, it helped shake off the nervous energy I felt. Monkey Feet was tired of waiting. She had all of this thing's attention. She hopped from side to side, seeing if the badger would dart in. It didn't seem worried about me. I didn't have the conviction of the fight, but the girl wolf did, and that seemed to rile up even more. Shaking my rough and hairy body all over, it helped shake off the nervous energy I felt. Monkey Feet was tired of waiting. She had all of this thing's attention. She hopped from side to side, seeing if the badger would dart in. It didn't seem worried about me. I didn't have the conviction of the fight, but the girl wolf did, and that seemed to rile up even more. It leaped with gusto after the girl wolf. She darted to the side, making it miss entirely, but she bit down heavily on the back of its legs and body as it flew by. She pulled the one badger to the ground, and it squealed as it hit the dirt of the spirit world. I ran up trying to help, trying to prove I had the guts for it, but Brownface jumped in, pushed me aside with one huge arm, and clawed the front part of the badger's body. With one half in her teeth, and the other half set to chunks from a huge warrior's claws, the spirit went limp in her maw. Spirits don't have natural blood, but spiritual energy that flows out of them as they disperse. When MF's jaw clamped down on less and less meat, she tasted that energy, and it certainly was a jolt of spice. Not like a lump of meat, but more like gravy with a bit of caffeine in it. She licked her maw, savoring the taste. She growled up at BF. His huge claws came inches away from her face. BF looked down at her and gave a shrug like it couldn't be helped. I got up also after rolling to a stop from Brownface's push. A few coins clanged on her face when the badger fully dispersed. It made her flinch before they hit the ground. She didn't see that coming, but there were more important things going on. Fox and Tree Shredder had a bit more trouble with their badger. It kept on hopping around, dodging their swipes and bite attempts, and it even got a claw swipe in, as its face darted in for a bite and pulled back with a scrape. Were we a pack, or were we a pack? BF, MF, and I circled far around Fox and TS to box in the badger. It didn't have anywhere to go. It could no longer hop too far to get away from the two wolves that were hounding it, so it stood its ground. One bite came in from TS. It dodged a bite that came in at another side from Fox. It rotated its body in the air and swiped under his chin. It was a small scrape for Fox, but he certainly was tired of this fight. It finally realized the other badger wasn't around, and it hissed and growled at the two that kept it bound. The hair stood up on the back of its neck, and its body vibrated in anger. Looking at each of the targets, it still saw the big man beast with spirit juice on its claw, and its body had mostly knitted from where it hit him the first time, and it wanted some more revenge and maybe a little more of that tasty wolf meat. With the speed of a rocket, it jumped back and landed on Brown-Face's chest, digging into his chest and fur. BF howled again, trying to say something as a wolf, but it came out in gurgles. Vocal cords aren't the first thing you think of in warrior form. He grabbed the badger and pulled it off, squeezing in his claws. The badger bit his hand, and the wounds on Brown-Face had opened back up after nearly fully healing. Trying to help, my wolf maw snapped awkwardly trying to bite the badger, but only caught the bottom of BF's arm, which made him growl back. From the accidental bite, BF was being worn down, and some accidental friendly fire made him fall on his butt. He was able to keep one claw of the ferocious badger, but it was snarling and biting the air trying to fight back. With one claw out of the way, Tree Shredder got a claw in to damage the badger, and when he backed off, Fox chomped down on the bottom half of the badger, and it finally slowed down to the wounds it had sustained. Lifting his maw, Fox was about to bite down hard, but Brown-Face was right next to him, and he swiped at the spirit with his big claw, forcing it out of Fox's mouth onto the ground a yard away. As the adrenaline-filled fight drew to a close, the small humanoid spirit appeared back into our area. It was looking down at the board and said,
"Spirit found."
It looked up, then looked back at the board, then looked up.
Wait.
Then it disappeared in a puff of smoke.